Mudlarking here with Nicole and Craig. I've been itching to come out to the beach because yesterday we had spring tides, and that means the difference between low tide and high tide was 6 meters, and that only happens a couple of times in a year. Now, let's see what the sea's churned up for us.
So, the tide's actually about to start coming in now, so where do you want to get started?
Well, I was actually thinking right around in this area because I see an awful lot of stones and there's just really sand down there, but I'm always wondering what's down by the seashore. Shall we check out that way then?
Okay, if you want to do that, let's go. As I say, the tide's coming in, so well, we've got a wee while yet. I reckon we've got a... Oh, hang on. Check it out.
Ooh.
First time of the day, and it's a bottleneck, and it's a really nice seafoamy coloured one as well. Look at that.
Yeah, that's really nice, and you see it's got an applied lip there. So that's definitely been churned up. That must have been buried because it would have broken a long time ago. That's really nice. Look.
That would have been an interesting shaped bottle as well. If you see if you get the longest bit of it, just turn that around on its side a wee bit. There we go. Now you can see that was a very short neck, and then it really started to become a bulbous bottle. There we go. That's that word again. Oh man, I tell you, once you start using these words, you can't let go of them. Right. Well, I don't know what kind of bottle that would have been. Have you any ideas whatsoever what might have been in a bottle like that?
Well, I actually don't, but maybe our lovely subscribers know what this bottle might have contained. I think we're definitely going to take that along because there's a couple of little lines down here as well. So it's a really, really interesting neck, and it's our first find of the day. We can't leave that behind.
Let's have it. It's a good one. Now, there's a wee bit of I don't know if you saw that rubbish there just getting thrown by the camera. Nicole's just emptying that bottleneck out. Now, that wee bit of glass there, what do you reckon? Is that mank, or is that coloured? Is it a green piece of glass, or is it a white piece of glass? Glass? Is it a white piece of glass that's just all covered in mank?
Well, I think it's definitely seafoam. Seafoam comes in kind of more blue and green shades. Now this one definitely looks more like it's a baby blue. So I think we'll take both of these pieces.
Let's have them, and we shall get on, see what else we can find.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to keep the camera at the ground here because I know we'll miss stuff as we go. We always do. Like, you know, we're not going to take that brick. I think that's quite a new brick as well. I doubt there's anything embossed on the side of that. There's some interesting pieces of glass. You can see here, that is a really chunky bottleneck again. But it's been shattered very, very recently. So we're going to leave it, definitely not taking it. But I wonder, you know, if that's the kind of thing that in some years might be really cool. Now Nicole's just pointed off here. I can only imagine this. Yeah. No, but you know what you're missing though? If you're looking at this big chunk of glass here, you're missing that piece of pottery. And I just saw, looking over it there, that there's some pattern on it. So maybe we could have that out and pop it down next to that bit of glass.
One piece leads to the next. Oh, now that one is really nice. Look at this one. Oops. Now that's really nice. Look, it looks like waves, just like the sea would have been yesterday with vicious waves.
Yeah, it was quite windy and blustery.
Yeah.
And actually quite blustery today as well.
It is,
so,
yeah.
you know, my usual boring comment here. I hope it's not interfering with the sound. Okay, let's have them then, and let's get on. So what we're doing is we're heading basically just down to the water's edge there. You can maybe see there's some crows flying in. I'm sure there's probably seagulls there as well. Now we've got a wee bit of rain in the air, not so nice, but we'll see how long we can go before we get rained off. Now because we're looking for sea glass today as well, should we have a look at that piece, do you think?
Oh yeah, let's definitely take a look at this one. Nice seafoam. You can see it's raining. There's a wee drop of rain there. It's a little bit sharp maybe on the bottom corner there. It might go into one of our loose sea glass lots that we've just restocked on Etsy, so let's take that one along with us.
Let's have that then.
Now we're kind of here in Marble Corner, and I'm kind of holding out for a marble. Is that a clay pipe stem?
I think it is. It kind of looks like one, doesn't it?
Now that's a really great find, and we rarely find clay pipe stems at the beach, and you can really see the difference. They're so smooth, they are almost like ready-made beads.
Yeah, I wonder if that was just a really badly placed hole, because it's so close to one side and there's an awful lot of clay on the other side, or if it's just worn down unevenly on that side.
I guess we will never know.
We shall never know indeed. Let's have that.
Yeah, I've just spotted something over there, look.
Before you say that, I'm just going to say the context for that that clay pipe is here. So this area here used to be a harbour. It wasn't a very successful harbour because it's silted up all the time, but nonetheless there would have been a lot of activity around here back in the day.
Oh, look, 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 see if you can see it.
Oh, I can see it.
Oh.
I'm going to come round here. Now, here we go. It's that enduring question.
Can you see it? Now, it's always really difficult to spot because clay marbles just blend in so nicely in their environment.
So there's a wee hint. We're looking at a clay marble here, folks. I'm going to come in a little bit closer. You know what, I'm going to angle the camera back a wee bit. Oh, there we go. This is unnoticeable to the viewer. Can you see it yet? You know, I hope it's still in shot. There it is.
See, that
right
almost,
bang in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. See, if you hadn't spotted that clay pipe stem, I don't think we would have seen the clay pipe marble.
The clay pipe
marble.
One of the lesser found clay pipe marbles here, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let's maybe pop that out then and we can have a closer look at it.
Oh, that's really nice, this hole. I don't know where to put it now. I'll put it here. You can maybe see it a wee bit better. Now, what I always find really interesting about clay pipe marbles is
pipe marbles?
Oh, no,
You're stuck with clay pipe marbles
I'm
now.
sticking with it.
Every time we say clay, you have to say pipe.
Yeah. Now, what I find really interesting with them is that you can actually see they're all different colours depending on where the clay came from. Now, I've got some from Seaham and they are really, really bright white, and the ones in Scotland are always kind of more beigey or grey.
Like our sky, it's a wee bit grey. Let's have that. We'll take a closer look at that when we look at our best finds of the day. But I want to get on. We're nowhere near the sea yet. Nicole said she wanted to start beside the sea, and here we are, dragging our heels, just because we see a wee marble.
Yeah, just pottering around now.
Now, we're about to actually get into that sandy area, so we might take a little cut here. But before we do, there's another super chunky piece of glass.
Is it?
Yeah, that's glass.
Stone.
No, that's glass. Right there.
Oh yeah, so it is, look. I thought it was a stone. That's very large, look. That's a really big piece, and because it's wet on the other side, it looks like it's got a mottled texture now, but it doesn't.
Looks like a smiley face from here. Can you see the smiley face?
No, I can't. Is it ice and smile?
That's the one.
Ah, yeah, I can see it, of course.
Remember that time we found Moby the stone?
Yeah,
Right.
Mopey.
I think we'll leave that, yeah, Mopey, because it looked mopey. That's happy. Right, now we're in sand here, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to switch the camera off, perhaps, and we're going to make it down towards the water's edge there. Do you fancy that?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go. So as much as there's a lot of sand down here, just as we get towards the water's edge, on the side of the river Leven here, we can see there's a lot of stones, a lot of discarded stones and such that have probably been pushed down by the river. It's unusual to see this here though, and I think it's well worth taking a wee bit of time to have a look and see if among these stones we can find any treasures.
Do you know, we usually can't even go this far because this area is always underwater, and because the tides are really far out today, we can actually have a look here. So who knows, maybe there's some treasure hidden in here. Currently it looks like it's mainly pebbles.
Yeah, there's a lot of pebbles. It's not the kind of stuff that we see further up the beach though. I'm really not seeing very much. It's Group 4, that's a security badge. The group who anyone from the UK might remember had connections with one of our former PMs, and there was talk of corruption.
Okay.
That's just plastic rubbish, so let's get that off the beach. Corrupt MPs, you say? Surely not. Politicians, corrupt? No. Yes, anyway, moving along. This is not a politics show, folks. This is a Mudlarking channel. Keep your eyes peeled for Craig Talks Politics. I think what we'll do instead is sort of like kind of more of the nature stuff, I think, rather than the politics.
Bee-watch,
Now,
I like bee-watch.
Bee-watch is good, but it's the wrong time of year for bee-watch. Now, do you know what? You've just spotted a nice blue bit of plastic there.
How
But
lovely.
is that what you were looking at, or was it that?
No, it was the blue bit of plastic, but you see, it's led us to this wonderful bottom. So I'll take this
It's a
plastic.
bottom. We have found a bottom.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bottom. That's definitely a bottom. It can't be a top. There's no opening in the top.
No, and it's probably from a sauce bottle.
Yeah, it looks like you know, HP sauce, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's really unusual because, you know, I don't think we've ever really found a square bottom here.
A square bottom is an unusual thing. Most bottoms are not square.
There's
They have a roundness to them.
There's a couple of numbers on there, I think, that might be, I can't really read it. What is it? RF7 or something. I think it's RF7.
Well, it's going to be the mould number, right? That's
Yeah.
usually what we find when we find numbers on the bottoms of bottles. They do tend to have some reference to the mould that was used. So do you think we're going to take that?
Yeah, it's a perfect marble stand. I have to take that.
Found a marble, now found a stand.
Yeah.
What we need is another marble to keep that other one company.
Okay. On you go.
And it's like having budgies. You can't have one budgie.
Yeah.
Budgie needs a friend.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that blue thing?
What is it?
It's a bit like slag glass.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's quite strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it could either be thick glass or slag glass. Now, slag glass was a byproduct of the iron making industry, and we found it a bit further along now. Oh yeah, see that slag glass? You see all these bubbles in here?
Now that's probably one of the more interesting pieces of slag glass that we've found, for the simple reason that normally slag glass. Try saying that, it's like a tongue twister. Peter Piper picked a piper. Slag glass that we normally see is much more, for want of a better term, glassy.
Yeah,
than this.
glassy.
Yeah, and that's not glassy at all. That looks like a stone, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I find it really fascinating because it does have these kind of blue colours. It's almost like a kind of a watercolour painting.
Yeah. Sort of pastel shades.
I'm taking that along. That's a really nice specimen.
Let's have that. Now, what else can we find down here?
Now there's a bit of pirate glass. Now we did a section on pirate glass a long time ago. Actually, I think we did two. And it's just to see that the pirates and the Spanish Armada did come up here all the way to Scotland.
Is that actually pirate glass? That looks brown to me.
Yeah, well, pirate glass is just glass that looks black, and it's either brown or green. It's not like the secret glass that has different colours, like the vitrolite tiles in black. They are purple when you hold them against the light. So there's a difference.
We're not taking that though, are we?
No, we're leaving that. We've got enough pirate glass.
Yeah, I could see there was a lack of enthusiasm when you picked it up. Your hands spoke volumes.
Oh, there's the water coming in.
Yeah, we're starting to get the water in just now. As I say, you know, the tide's on its way in, so we have a wee bit of time, but maybe not so much more time around this area here.
No, it's a really flat area, so that'll get underwater in a few minutes' time. We might not find so much treasure down here, but this is my treasure. I'm going to take a couple of minutes just to stand here and breathe and not get wet feet.
tell you what, that rain's starting to pick up. I think we should get ourselves back up the beach a wee bit, see if we can find any treasures, and hope that the rain doesn't get any worse. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's just another really lovely day at the Scottish seaside.
Yeah, this is all my summer holidays rolled into one. Day at the beach, it's raining, it's cold. Do you know what would stop you going in the water? Nothing. Anyway, we're going to get back up the beach here a wee bit. We're going to take a wee look through some of these rocks here, so let's get cracking. Well, as promised, here we are. Actually, I'm waiting on Nicole catching up just now. She found something down the beach there a wee bit. Oh, there she's coming now. She'll be with us in just a second. You know, just a few minutes ago, there's been a pervasive smell. I wish we had smell-o-vision, but this wee camera is not going to capture the smells, folks. But there's been a distinctive smell since we got here, and we were trying to figure out what it was. And then Nicole just said, you know what it is? It's the brewery. So there's a brewery very nearby, and what we can smell are hops. I think it's hops anyway. Check that out.
Oh, is that a bottleneck?
It's another bottleneck, yeah. Trying to find a position to get close to the ground here with all these stones around. But that's quite cool. It's a really chunky piece of glass as well.
Yeah, I think it had a vulcanite stopper in it at some point. Let's see. Yep, it did.
Yeah.
You see the wee lines there? It's always a good giveaway and helps to identify it as pieces.
It's very cool, actually. Yeah. You know, I mean, I do like bottlenecks, as most folks know by now. I don't collect them, but I have an appreciation, shall we say, for bottlenecks, and I think particularly these wee details, as Nicole was just pointing out there, I think makes them super special. Yeah,
maybe we should found a Bottleneck Appreciation Society.
There's an idea. I'm going to apply for funding. So are we going to have that?
Yeah, let's take that.
That's a cool piece, isn't it? Okay, so now, as I was coming up here, I said to Nicole, I saw a bright yellow piece of glass, and I can't see it anymore. But now Nicole's just spotted something that I saw when I was walking by, and I'm not sure what it is. Nicole may know what it is. She's had a slightly closer look at it. But before we take a closer look at it, we're going to have to ask, can you see it? Yeah, no, it's all very good fun and games, folks. Fun and games. There we go.
Okay, now
what is that? Because it looks green.
Yeah.
But now that I'm down here, and I hope you can see it, it looks like it's clear glass. Is it flash glass?
I think it is flash glass. Yeah, we usually find flash glass in pink. Now let's turn this around. See, there's a. You can really see that there's a kind of a layer that's almost like a kind of lacquer. If you want, on the reverse side there. And
is that the inside or the outside?
Oh, I think that's
the question.
Yeah, well, depending on what this one's was, that's going to be quite difficult to identify it. Now the piece looks a little bit kind of shiny for jewellery making, and I would have really liked to turn that into a wee pendant, but it's a little bit sharp there, so we'll take it along, but it's not going to become a pendant. No,
we can't have that. We can't be selling sharp glass as pendants. That would be irresponsible. Okay, let's have that then, and we'll see if we can find that bright yellow piece. Now, I don't know what it was. I just saw bright yellow, and then you know the story. I looked off to the side. Maybe I was checking my footing, I don't know. Maybe I was just looking at a seagull or a passing crow. And then it was gone. It was gone, totally gone.
Yeah, it's easy done.
Now, there's a nice wee bit of pottery.
Oh yeah, okay. Now that's a nice burgundy colour.
It's coloured on both sides as well, it's quite cool.
Yeah, it's a corner piece of something. Now, yeah, I know, it's difficult to identify. If you've got a very small piece here.
Do you think it might be a side bottom?
It could be, yeah. It could be like a mug or something like that.
Oh, what's that?
Look,
that's an interesting
put that
shape.
next to that. I think that might be part of maybe a handle, a teacup handle or something like that.
Got that look about it, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we'll take both of these pieces, seeing that they're found close together. They want to stay together, I imagine.
Let's have them then. Now, all these rocks in front of us here, we're not going to be able to look between them all, but what we will do is we're going to tread a wee path just through here, looking at these smaller stones. Meanwhile, folks, we're being pelted with very fine rain, and we'll just have to see. If the rain gets any heavier, we may have to call it a day.
Yeah,
We
I might
shall
have
see.
to go home and get a coffee or something like that.
Now, did you see that wee piece of glass as well that we're hovering over here?
Yeah, that piece of seafoam there.
Is it that seafoam?
Yeah, it looks like it has a texture, but I think it's just getting a wee bit wet. Oh, that rain's really picking up.
Yeah, I know. The sound, I don't know if you can hear this. I'm going to move the camera close to Nicole's jacket. If you can just stay where you are for a second. That's the sound of rain, folks. That's the sound of rain landing on Nicole. Now, we don't want Nicole to get soaking wet, so I think what we should do is swoop that up, take a quick run around, see what else we can find.
Do you know, I love that.
What's
that
that?
wishing
What's
stone
that?
there. I know it's not wishing stone.
I
but-
don't know, I can't see it.
Oh, right, it's right here, look.
All right.
See, it looks like it has a bird inside.
Yeah.
You know, that rudimentary shape of a kind of flying bird. Maybe.
So
yeah.
that kind of angle is what we're
Oh.
looking at for the birds, folks.
Right, I'm going to take that because every now and again we take a little stone if it has an interesting texture on it, and this one definitely fits the bill.
Certainly does, doesn't it? Okay, let's have that. Now, I just saw off to the side here, there's actually a few things. So there's a super chunky bit of glass that we're just going to have a look at there in a second. And then there's this other bottleneck. And that's a nice bottleneck. That one, I think that's quite old. Oh,
Yeah, it looks
quite
like
thick, heavy glass. Look at that.
Yeah, another one with an applied lip, I think. Yeah, okay, so that's the inside of it. Even that looks slightly frosted. But here, I think you can really see it. Do you know, it reminds me of that champagne bottle we found at Broughty Ferry a few years ago, and you did a section on, was it tooled bottles or turned?
Ooh, I think it was moulded bottles or press mold. I can't remember exactly what it was. But if you're interested in bottles, I did a very long and some might say tediously detailed discussion of the manufacture of these bottles and why they look the way they look. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you could have a wee peek at that.
Yeah.
What do you think? Shall we take that, leave that?
Yeah, bottleneck number 2, let's take it.
Okie dokes. Now, hyper thick chunky piece of glass. I think this glass is actually textured. But we'll only see that when we get in a little bit closer. What do you reckon? It's really chunky though.
Yeah, it's also very straight, which kind of makes me think it might be a window pane or something like that.
That's
See,
a really thick window pane, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure, it might be very old, but you see it's very straight. It's not as thick as a cod bottle, funnily enough.
No.
But yeah, I think we'll leave that particular piece here behind.
Do you know, I don't think windows need to be as thick as cod bottles, unless it's a very high pressure environment. Sorry, that was a really bad joke there. And it's so bad, in fact, that it passed right over Nicole's head.
Yeah.
I could just see tumbleweed there for a second. Let us know in the comments, folk, was that hilarious? No, it wasn't. Anyway, there's an interesting wee bit of concrete. We shall leave that.
Yeah.
Right, now we need to start finding cool things again.
Yeah.
Oh!
Huh?
Oh no, that's a stone. Now, can anybody see why I might have gotten excited about this? That looked like a hole.
Oh, it looks like a kind of clay pipe.
I thought that was a
thing.
clay pipe bowl.
Oh, is it?
No, it's just a stone, but look at that, how weird is that?
Oh, it looks exactly like a clay pipe bowl. Oh, I'm so tempted to take that now because it's so weird.
Do you think it's a petrified bowl?
Petrified clay pipe bowl.
Yeah, because you know, back in the dinosaurs were fond of a clay pipe.
Remember, it's like a tooth. Look,
It's like corn
like a
or something
tooth.
like that.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
reckon?
No.
Maybe it is a tooth. I don't know what it is actually.
I have no idea.
That's quite an odd object.
Do you want to take it just because it's weird?
Well, you know, we could. I don't know. I don't think we've got any use for it whatsoever. So we
No.
should probably leave it.
Yeah.
Now that piece of green glass, we're going to leave that as well.
Yeah.
It has some newly broken edges there, so they're going to be sharp. We don't want that. Now, I can hear the water.
Yeah.
The water is going to soon be upon us.
Always a great day when we find a marble. Now, it only remains for me to say thank you so much for watching, liking and commenting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute to subscribe. Extra special thanks goes out to everybody who's been supporting the channel through Etsy and through Ko-fi. That makes a massive difference and it keeps the lights on. See you next time.